Hey guys, this is Hans Hobbies, and welcome to a Gunpla review. This is a high grade Gundam Wing WMS03 Maganac. This is the desert grunt suit from Gundam Wing. It's the uh like the minions for the Sandrock Gundam, if you've ever seen the anime. And to start with, I'm not a very big fan of this design. That's not to say I don't like this kit. I will get to that later. I'm usually a very big fan of grunt suits. My favorite mobile suits are indeed Zaku's, and they're very close variations. But none of the grunt suits from Gundam Wing has ever appealed to me. Uh, I think they all look a little weird, um, a little awkward. So there's only like a few suits I liked from Gundam Wing, mostly the Gundams and Tallgeese, and that was basically it. I didn't really like any of the grunt suits. But that being said, this one is, in my opinion, the least worst looking of all the grunt suits in Gundam Wing. Don't throw a rock at me, please, if you're a big fan of these grunt suits from Gundam Wing. But I am happy that they are starting to release a lot of these Gundam Wing grunt suits and grunt suits in general, because grunt suits tend to not get a lot of love uh, in the model kit world, I guess. Like Zaku's have been done to death because they're the classic, and then other suits come and go, but they usually aren't given the same amount of love that some of the Gundam kits are given. This being said, this one is at the time of this recording only around $13, which makes it very cheap and very good for army building, which is a very good aspect of a grunt suit. It's also very easy to build. There's only 6 sprues in total in the box, which helps with the low price, and that's including the polycaps. It comes with 2 sticker sheets. It comes with a color correcting one, and then a couple foil stickers, and then a number sticker kit. Even though these are kind of the weird like film stickers that like leave a huge like square border. So they're not the best stickers, but pretty average, like standard issue for high grade kit. Um, as for accessories, what you see here, this is literally all it comes with. You use every single part um in the sprue. All the sprue, it's not reusing any sprues from any other kits, as far as I'm aware. This is a brand new 2019 kit. So all the sprues are meant for this kit, so it uses all the parts. The only universal part is the polycaps. So you do leave behind 2 polycaps, but besides that, you use every single part, which is very nice. And another thing that's very nice is, as you can see, all the accessories that it comes with looks very good on it. It does look very good and doesn't look very awkward or anything on the suit. And it's very, very solid with all the accessories on, even the gun and everything. I'm shaking it really hard right now. And the only thing that's like shaking back and forth is, I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's the axe colliding with the shield. So yeah, it's a very solid kit. And so yeah, all the accessories can be placed on it. You can see the gun just slides back and forth without having to take the hand off, which is very nice. And it can be held in the hand. And there's other storage options, which I'll get to. The shield is attached using these pegs, and they do have pegs on both sides, which makes it so you can make your Maganac left-handed, or have dual shields or whatever you want to do. It uses this peg. Also comes with this adapter here, which I'll get to. It comes with this adapter back for the back skirt, which lets you store the axe. I don't know what this is called. Kind of looks like a heat hawk, but I know it's not called a heat hawk. To hold the axe on either hand, because the design of it does have this nub right here, you can either decide to cut that off, or as the manual states, you just take off the back of the hand like that, and then clips on like this. And what's nice is it doesn't rely on the backing of the hand, the back plate of the hand to hold it. It's holding it pretty well. So accessories wise, I would give it a solid 10 out of 10. Another cool feature about this is, I just saw this adapter. If you take this mounting adapter off, you put the circular hole, a circular peg in a circular hole, like we learned in kindergarten. And this is a rectangular hole, so in the rectangular peg, so you do have to stand it up long ways like this, vertically. And then you can also store the rifle where that adapter was, right there. It does usually clip in. You're not actually supposed to store the adapter in here. So I think that storing the adapter in here kind of stretched this part out slightly. But it does usually like peg in, like clip in. But even so, it does hold in there pretty well. And on the back, there's a square hole, if you can see. And it just pegs in like that. And then if you have imagine that this is still there. There you go. You can store everything that it comes with on the mobile suit, which is very, very cool. And adds to the possibilities of display and dioramas and all that. This shield piece does get left behind. So you do have to just like clip it on randomly on the arm or something. So that is slightly unfortunate, but I don't know what else they could have really done. Maybe they could have included a different peg for that, but I don't know. If you're not it's not a huge deal, I don't think. And still, technically, you are storing all the parts on the mobile suit, which saves a lot of Ziploc bags having to be pulled out. Oh, I forgot to mention, it does have 2 pegs on this, so you can either have the shield mounted here or here, depending on how you want to pose it. I'll take all the accessories off for now, so I can get to the articulation. So the articulation is slightly disappointing on this kit, but it does add to the solidness of it because it doesn't really flop around. So going from head down, the head does move slightly up and down. It can't move that far up and down because of the design of the head, and it can't really look side to side very far because the chin collides with the collars here. So that is also kind of unfortunate. It does move back and forth pretty well because it is on that like that pivot ball joint standard neck joint that they're starting to use on all the high grades. That guy. It is kind of annoying to put the head back on, as you can see though, because that does like to swivel a lot. So it does have a lot of articulation packed in. It just collides a lot with the bulky armor. The shoulder has this like swing out joint here, which helps it basically almost touch both shoulders. The arms themselves on the shoulder, they're on a ball joint, so it does rotate 360 degrees and like swivel up and down and do all the things that ball joints do. As you saw, the shoulder swivels up here and also has a ball joint here, so it can move farther up. And then the arms can move pretty far up, and then on both sides, and then the arms do swivel at this point, and then they are all it's single jointed, but the way it's shaped, it almost lets it fold all the way in, which is very nice. And I also do like how when you fold it in, it kind of fits into the joint. It is kind of awkward how it looks like there's a huge gap here, but I'm not sure what these guys are supposed to look like to be super accurate. So I can't really knock it for that. The waist is on a ball joint, so it can swivel and do all the things that ball joints do. It's also on a pivot on the top section, if you can see. So it does also pivot up and down. It's a lot of shadows going on, but I hope you can see that. The legs is where it's kind of impressive, but also disappointing at the same time, and I'll explain. The side skirts are on a ball joint, so they don't move very far. That's as far as they move, which is unfortunate because if you move them any farther, one, they fall off, and two, without it, the leg can kick really far out, but with the side skirt, you can see the difference there. That's as far as it can move out with the side skirt. It's also on a swivel here. And another disappointing part is this leg is actually capable of folding all the way in. I'll do it like this. So it can fold all the way in because it is on a double joint, kind of. Well, no, it's not it's a single joint, but the way that it's designed, anyway, it does fold in. I will knock it for this though, because this is a huge hole here that doesn't look very good. But it doesn't even matter because you won't ever see that articulation to begin with. Because as you saw on the suit, that's as far as it goes, which is also again very unfortunate because it's not utilizing all the articulation they painstakingly put in to this kit. This part, I don't know if I built it wrong. I don't think I did because I'm pretty sure this part, this hip part is a symmetrical part. But you can see there's a huge gap here, but then it's very close to the front. So I don't know why. That makes it so the front skirt won't like sit flat. I don't know if it's supposed to look like that, but it is kind of awkward, and also it hinders articulation too. And also these front skirts are on a ball joint, so they can move slightly, but they do collide a lot. And because of this little detail here, it keeps the leg from kicking any farther than that, which is again unfortunate because without it, I can't really show you because you have to take apart the whole thing to take the side skirts off, the front skirts off. But without it, it could basically kick all the way forward, all the way out here. So the leg articulation is very, very limited because of these unfortunate side skirts, but the skirting area. The back skirts don't move at all, typical high grade fashion. The whole like waist joint here kind of does do a swivel. The ankles are on a ball joint. It swivels at the top, and then it's on a ball joint at the bottom, so it does all the stuff that a ball joint does. And then this armor piece is also on a swivel, so the ankles are kind of nice, but the waist area here is real bulky, and pretty disappointed with that section of it. The verniers, they don't technically move. It does look like they kind of swivel back and forth, but that's just the whole part just shaking in its little socket. So yeah, the articulation, I would give it probably like a 6 out of 10. There's a lot of potential there. It's just a lot of colliding happening with the design of the armor. If you were to make like a custom suit or something and redesign the skirting area, it would have pretty good articulation. Details wise, I like all the panel lining areas on the skirting and stuff. It is relatively a smooth suit, so there isn't a lot of panel lining opportunities otherwise, besides the armor pieces. I believe it's supposed to look closer to the anime, so that's why it's so smooth. But it does have all these nice details, and what I do really, really like about this high grade is usually on old high grades, they used to give you a lot of stickers. But on this, all of these yellow parts, or most of these yellow parts, are actually separated color separated parts. All of this yellow, all these yellow inserts, all the yellow, even the yellow inserts here, even the yellow inserts on the head, they are all separate parts that peg in and peg in very solidly, and you don't even have to clean up the nubs that well, because the way this is gated, you can see at the nubs kind of on the top here, they're very, very tiny nubs. So I did very minimal cleaning on it, and you really can't see very many nub marks on this kit, which is also very nice, but also to be expected for a 2019 kit. So I'm very happy with that, but that comes into my complaint where all of these parts, even the tiny little head parts, are color separated, but for some reason these big shoulder parts are stickers. I really didn't like that. I feel like they could have easily made those also into recesses and then separate parts to peg in, but I don't know, they just decided to make the shoulder parts stickers. Fortunately, they are a very flat area. They're very big stickers, so they do stick very well as long as you line them up properly. It does have this pre-made like panel lining there, so that's also, I guess, nice. And the color match wise, it's pretty well matched to the plastic, but there is definitely you can definitely tell a difference there, because the plastic has that plastic sheen to it, and then the sticker obviously has a different type of sheen to it. So again, kind of unfortunate. The shield has a lot of panel lining opportunities, and the brown and the tan are separate parts, but this brown part is one single part, and these lines are stickers. That I won't complain as much because these are smaller parts, and I do understand that it'd be easier just to make this whole part, because it's gonna be one part anyway. And on the shield, at least, the tan is very well matched. You can't even tell really, even in person, that they are stickers, unless you look very, very closely. So yeah, details wise, I'll give it a solid like 8 out of 10. I think it's very well detailed for what it is. The eye looks very good. All the parts on the head are very well color separated, which is also very nice. And the stickers kind of suck, other than the foil stickers, but you know, that's just how it goes. So yeah, overall, I do recommend this kit if you're into the kit, if you're into the mobile suit. If not, I would pass, because it's not really spectacular in any way. But if you do want to army build these, or if you're just a fan of this mobile suit in general, I do highly recommend it. Overall, it's a very good kit. The accessories are very good. I like how you can peg all the parts onto it. The kit is also very solid for not having very many polycaps. The only polycaps are these huge ball joint ones. The other ones are all just plastic on plastic, but it seems to be holding up through this review. Nothing seems to be loosening up very much, so that is very nice. The nub marks are very minimal. You don't really have to clean up very much, so it's a very good beginner kit, fast to build, and overall, I'm pretty happy with the kit. If I was more into the mobile suit, I would enjoy it more, I guess. But as a gun plug kit, it is very nice, and I do highly recommend it. So, thanks for watching. Tell me what you thought in the comments. Any other like nitpicks you had about my review. Any suggestions on how I can improve my reviews would be very greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys next time.